like announce live stuff, but I usually don't do it. Honestly, don't feel like filming, you know. So to me, live is a lot easier, I guess. Anyways, been stuck in my room, which really sucks. My only view. I love live. This is pretty much my only view so far. I'm not sad. It's a great view, but being stuck in your room for like 5 days straight is not always that fun. Anyways, so I am sick with the flu, and it's been pretty heavy. Like it was so bad when it first started. It like during a tour of secondary school for Emily. Let me take this off if I can. So doing a tour for a secondary school for Emily, I got really dizzy and I couldn't walk. Basically, I couldn't walk back home, so I had to take a taxi. And like literally a day later from that point, I had to go to the hospital. Then Yukiko, she's a nurse, so she's like, I think you had the flu, and I was like, flu. I was very surprised because I usually go out, I have a mask all the time, and I'm usually very, very, I try to protect myself against like sickness and stuff like that. Always wash your hands. But yeah, the hospital tested me. They're like, yeah, you got the flu, type A or something. I really don't know. Anyways, so I got the flu. They gave me some medicine. This medicine doesn't cure the virus. They don't cure viruses yet, but it will help reduce fever because I had fever for like 2 days straight. Excuse this terrible lighting. I'm not a rich professional YouTuber that has like $500 lighting. Maybe in the future, I seriously doubt that. But anyways, yeah. So got really sick. Did the hospital, got the medicine, and I just been bedridden for like 2 3 days straight. Yukiko, took care of me as much as she could, considering she was actually sick as well. What's up, man? Um, Emily has been with her nana because the goal is to, of course, keep the kids, from being getting sick. This is why I'm in one particular part of my house, basically my office. I don't go to the living room. I don't go to my Nikiko's bedroom. I don't go to the kitchen or anywhere like that. So I can go to the bathroom, this room. I can go outside, but I'm usually I've been way too weak to even do that. So that's what I've been up to, which I'm trying to stay positive. I'm sure I'll be fine. Hopefully by next week. I had a job interview like set up for the 6th, but I had to cancel that. So, but a little work. You can always get another job interview. Uh, yeah. So I've been very sick, very difficult to shoot. In fact, just a minute ago, I was attempting to shoot a video. I was gonna do this all in video. Then I'll spend all the time editing like usual. You guys not may not believe how much time I spend editing. I spend more editing than I spend actually shooting video. Even though like a video might take me a week to shoot sometimes, the editing could take me days endlessly, hours after hours. So, you too, Justin? Sorry, what was the question again? But anyways, yeah, sorry. Yeah, I'm sick. I'm gonna keep looking for a job. I'm also gonna focus on Japanese more because I talked to the wifey. She thinks I should do that. Batch recording. We're gonna have to talk about that later. So, but yeah, I'm probably gonna do something like that. Batch recording. I used to do that actually. I used to have like a surplus or whatever already have many video videos set up so I can, and I used to have it like set to go even without me. So I'd always be recording, but like in the last 2 months got so busy and like we've gotten sick over and over in this last 6 season that I couldn't do it. Like January, I think I released 3 videos. Plus, I've watched tons of other big YouTubers talk about like basically you don't get paid anything for advertisement in January like at all. For me, like I don't really care about that. For me, I'm all about the just maintaining people's entertainment if they're watching and all that stuff. Yeah, yeah. Well, sometimes it's like hard to be in the flow of things. If like I don't know something else is going on, you're too busy or you're sick, or if your kid hijacks your computer because Emily took my computer for like 2 months straight. So yeah, But maintaining entertainment, like I've literally joined like a lot of YouTube channels. So we're gonna talk about YouTube for a minute. You guys already know I'm sick. I've joined like not joined. I've subscribed to like maybe 20, 30 different YouTube channels. I was just curious about like what they do. Plus, these were channels I've seen before that inspired me. But like between like December and like February, like literally like everyone uploaded all to December and stuff like that. Then they just stopped uploading after December. And like so January, like hardly anyone uploaded. Only like two or three people consistently uploaded. You know, and I understand why that is, but I kind of feel like for me being a subscriber and watching all these people, yeah, upload slows down. But me being the guy watching you and stuff like that, I'm more likely to like keep on looking for someone else who's gonna kind of keep me entertained for that moment. You know, it's not like I'm always, have so much time to watch YouTube all day, anyways. But I'm just saying from a person looking for entertainment kind of perspective, you have to maintain your channel always. And I know I didn't do very well in January, but at the same time, busy looking for a job and very sick, even now. So, but yeah, hopefully I can make more videos in the future. I want to experiment and do more things. I'm probably gonna do more live. I can't talk. Live streaming. Okay, let me see if I can see this feed on here. Okay, yeah. It's hard to find new things. So I want to. That's why I want to like try new things, do new things. Like yeah, I'm in Japan and all that stuff, but I don't want that to always be the number one focus. You blow up on my feed because you're the only one here. It's all good, man. Uh, it's 9:37 there. That's cool. Anyways, I guess this like live stream chat's pretty much over. Emily is doing very well in school. She's now going to secondary school. She had some small trouble for a minute, at least we thought so. She had trouble in class paying attention. So of course, we were very concerned. We talked to the teacher. Like in America, usually you'll go to school and meet the teacher. It's just more convenient like that. All the parents go meet the teacher. But here, like the teacher actually came to our house, so she came to our house twice already and stuff like that, and she really helped us, more understand our daughter. So Emily, I guess she's really fast apparently, and like she finishes her schoolwork really fast, and she gets bored really quickly. So like she'll just like stop listening. So at first we was like, oh my gosh, is she gonna make it through school? But that wasn't the case. That wasn't the problem. It's the opposite. She just needs, I guess, more school. So now she's gonna be in a second school. So that's good. Yukiko is looking for a new job. She should start a full-time job next week. So that's not too bad. And hopefully I get better. I'm gonna look for a job, and that's kind of where I'm at. Anyways, sorry. You had another question, Justin? This like super chat kind of it's not super chat, it's whatever chat, like these things pop up and they disappear really fast. Hey, how's it going? Yeah, like every day I have to wear this mask, which really sucks, because even when I yell, my wife's just like, just take off her mask. She's wearing a mask because she don't want to be infected by me. But yeah, being sick very much sucks because everyone treats you like the monkey on Outbreak, because you kind of are. You're infected. You have the flu. I'm very surprised I got the flu, but yeah, I've been taking the buses a lot recently, so I'm guessing that might be it. So yeah, this time around for the flu, I didn't like throw up or anything like that. Had moments, but I'm pretty happy because other time I had it when I was younger, my teenage years. Yeah, I threw up like for 5 days straight, and I was surprised I made it through. But I did have like really intense fever, like bedridden, sleep for 2 days, fever. So that was pretty crappy. So how's everything going with you guys? Excuse my really crappy. This is an iPhone 6, I think, 6 Plus. Live stream. This is my second time live streaming, and it might be fun. Like I'm not very familiar with this. Yeah, there's a delay. Yeah, I wanted to like go out and live stream, and I used to have 20 gigs data, so I could stream anywhere. I never got a chance to use that. I'll probably add that eventually. So if I get better at live streaming, then I'll probably do it. Because I don't think I'm very good at it, obviously, because I'm not familiar. I didn't watch. What was it? Was it the Patriots and who for the Super Bowl? Internet speed. It says 4G. You know how they say Eagles. So who won? I have to ask. That's one of those main things I really hate about like missing the Super Bowl. Like that was always big for my family. My grandfather was a Eagles one. Wow, that's not bad at all. But if you guys watch Casey Neistat, he was talking about he was taking to his friend who's a huge Patriots fan, I guess. So you know that they're probably disappointed. For me, I was not necessarily rooting for either one because I'm not a really big fan of either team. So my family, even though Seahawks were not always good for like the last 20 years, they're still very big Seahawk fans because all my family lives in Seattle or in Washington State. So yeah, but yeah, I'm sad to miss Super Bowl party. Those were always the funnest. Here, you don't have it that much. Been drinking this whatever vitamin water. In Japanese, they say vitamin B. There's no V's here, just vitamin. Yeah, I'm about to get on and watch those commercials. The commercials for the Super Bowl are definitely like a treat. They're definitely like one of the greatest points of the Super Bowl. Of course, next to like the halftime show in the Super Bowl itself. So I mean, I like Japan, but there's many things. There's so much I miss about America. Anyways, I'll probably give you. You mean just like with channels and stuff like that? How much delay do you think there is between your text and me talking? I'm a little curious. Well, to be honest, like 5 seconds maybe. Okay, with vlog channels, I guess vlog channels are oversaturated, right? So, in order to grow a vlog channel in the last 2 years, you have to make like a vlog slash like a how-to channel. If you look at drawing for Jazza, whatever dude from Australia, his channel was up to like a million, whatever. But he didn't get there very quickly. He started out with how-to videos back like 5 years ago. I used to watch him back then, and then he went vlogging. He went back and forth, and that's how he built his. If you've seen Peter McKenna, his channel went to like over a million within 9 months. But again, he did how-to Adobe Shop, Premiere, and all that stuff. So like, I'm doing just vlogs. I'm not really teaching any how-to. So like, my channel is just yeah. So my channel is just like vlogging, right? So always felt like either you need to combine it with a how-to, or just I should make a whole new channel dedicated to more YouTuber type of stuff, you know? And like the idea originally was in Japan, but I feel like a lot more Japanese people, especially Japanese that speak English, are kind of stepping up just to talk about Japan. So, oh my God, it's snowing outside. Ooh, sorry guys, just gotta go check this out real quick. Keep in mind, it like hardly ever snows here. Like, it's like a miracle. Like Emily this year, this is the first time she's ever seen snow. Okay, this is really crappy. Oh, let's open the window. I'm sure it's not a good idea, but I don't really care. Camera is really too bad. I want to get it. Okay, so it's snowing. I don't know if you guys can see that. My camera is really terrible. Maybe I'll probably pull up the good camera and show it later. Yeah, I thought about how to drawing or something like that. I just kind of wonder if that niche is kind of oversaturated. That was, so comics, cartoons. Yeah, those are also things I'd love to do. Like, let's say I did like movie reviews. That's another thing that's probably heavily overly done. But like, if I could do it and I did in Japan about Japanese stuff, I feel like that'd be like it would work better to some degree. But the CPM rate for Japan is so low, you don't get paid nothing. And if I do it towards America, half the people don't care or they don't know. There's all these things. It's really fascinating actually. Justin, you know my other channel, right? The one you were like when I first announced it like a while back, and you're like, "Why? It's not creative." Like that channel, like literally, like I get like 3 times more views than this channel. Like I can just post one video and get 1,000 views in like 10 seconds, and like never come back, and still go there, and every single day I get 2,000 views. Like this channel, I love this channel. This is my favorite channel. The people in this channel is like the channel. This is the reason I come back to this channel. Yeah, it's not creative at all. The reason, so the people are the reason I come back to this channel. But this channel like doesn't strive. It's not. So like, I guess I do have to add the how tos or something to boost this channel because maybe like this channel it's just not enough or it's just not I'm not giving back enough or creating enough value to create a buzz for people to want to actually even watch this channel, which is fine. It's all live and you learn, right? Try to hold this steady. Yeah, it's very tough doing that when you're still looking for a job, survival tips. It's actually kind of funny because like I've made some videos like this, right? Then like big YouTubers, for example, actually I'm not gonna name any names, but big YouTubers like you have like bigger J vlogger type people here, they just copy your idea and then they like everyone just follows them. That's all there is. Like you like countryside versus city side, and everyone's like, oh, great video, and you get like maybe 600 views, 1,000 if you're lucky, and all of a sudden the big YouTuber, like, of course he already ran out of ideas and content. He's just like he probably looks at the small YouTubers like, I'll just do what he did, and he gets like I don't know 500,000 views, million views off your idea. So that's kind of what happens, which I find it kind of funny. So supermarket, definitely like well, I have tons of ideas, but at the same time, like I feel like it's like a balance. Ah, I feel like it's a kind of a balance because I'm trying to balance my own passion or interest with what people want. And that's kind of the hardest point. Whereas some YouTubers, they actually believe that you should like say, kind of sort of, not say f the audience, but do what you want. Period. If the audience are interested, they'll come or not, and that's all. Which kind of makes sense to me because when I watch creators, I don't watch all their videos. I watch whatever interests me whenever. And just because they have one bad video doesn't mean I automatically like unsubscribe to their channel. It just means I don't watch that one video and I move on to the next video, whatever interests me at any given moment. So, anyways, I'm gonna cut this a little shorter. You guys, let me know if you guys like these talk sessions. Um, I think this is actually very interesting. Sorry, Justin. These things like So I'm gonna have to do this more, you guys. Hey, how's it going? The real life truth. But yeah, talk sessions are interesting for me. Like, I used to kind of worry about talk sessions because, like, I guess of who I am and what I think about everything. That sounds kind of weird, but like for example, like Japan, I love Japan, but there's a lot of struggle, trying to survive in Japan, and sometimes that gets to me. You get those moments where you're like, you know what, f this, I can just take the easy route, which is going back to America. But and I have this like at least like once a month. I have these moments where I'm like, I can go back to America. I don't need to be here. I don't need to learn Japanese. I'm leaving. Peace out. Like that. I feel like that all the time. That's cool, Okinawa. I want to go to Okinawa because I heard it's really beautiful. Studying Japanese is really useful if you're coming to Japan. I'm not gonna sit here and say it's easy, but if you're actually passionate about learning it, meaning like if you simply want to learn it, you'll learn it. I know a lot of people that didn't learn it because they didn't really want to, even though they married Japanese girls or guys. They just they wanted to get married. They didn't want to learn the Japanese, and they never did. So they still live here. I moved to Japan. Jeez, oh my god, it was like a while ago. I think like 2009. Came to Japan first in like 2008, but I moved here in 2009. Yeah, weekly Japanese word. I feel like when I like, I don't mind teaching Japanese words, but like, I feel like when I do teach Japanese words, it just attracts more people to either create hate, so it doesn't like discourage me or even irritate me. It's just kind of like they're like your pronunciation's wrong. I'm like could be possibly or whatever, but I don't know if they want to pull more haters in along with more subscribers. Come in. Hey, thank you. Thank you. So Kiko's awesome. See, she made me lunch: rice, fish, veggies, bananas. So, oh yeah, she's been taking care of me for like 4 days straight. So I feel really terrible. I even apologized, but like I felt even stupider. It's like I'm sorry, I'm so sick, I'm dying, and you're taking care of me, and like we're married, and that's in the wedding vows. But still, I feel terrible about it. Oh yeah, I'm pretty sick. So I would show you all the medication, but I pretty much took most of it. I can't talk. Most of it. Oh yeah, I tell her that. We have our moments when we like don't get along, but I usually try to tell her I love you and all that every night, along with my daughter, of course. Kiss him. Thanks. Kiss them goodnight and all that stuff. So I don't know. Some people think telling people like good night or something is like surface, but for me, like I feel like growing up, that my grandparents did that to me every night, and I never thought much about it. Like until I got older, you don't know what you have until you lose it. But I think it's really important. I feel like it's only surface if you don't mean it, you know. So when you spend the time to tell your kids I love you, or read them a bedtime story, or explain whatever to them, it's a big deal. Oh, my karaoke is really terrible, but it's really fun, and I'm pretty sure in the future America will be more karaoke like. They have Smoo online, whatever. I actually don't like Smoo that much, but it's still a lot of community there, a lot of people to meet. It's kind of fun. You might make your neighbors annoyed if you're singing through the walls, but other than that, sadly, I feel like a lot of times, at least where I'm living currently in the countryside, Inaka, it's very Inaka. Like karaoke is like the only thing that's interesting, you know. Especially after what's that YouTuber Paul whatever his name is, the one that did this the forest thing. So after he did his little thing, his little spiel of showing a dead body, I feel like okay now all the YouTubers in Japan gotta be a little more conservative for the rest of the year. Yeah, Paul Logan or Logan Paul. Why does he got two first names? But anyways, it's like Mike John Mike. But hey, whatever. My friend said the same thing until he got drunk and he was fine. So, but the way it works here, you're in your own little booth, your own little world. It's like soundproof, and so you can be loud and annoying, and no one hears you. So if you decide to bring your friends with you, then that's gonna make more of a problem. But if you just want to practice because you think you're awesome, for me, I just did it to learn Japanese, and it also helped me learn popular artists, which is another way to kind of sort of understand their culture. My other channel is actually a reaction channel to me watching Japanese videos, and I actually ask Japanese people or whoever watches me and Indonesian people like basically what words mean, what is the culture of this, what's a good place to travel in your country, just whatever. Like Japanese kids are really Genki. They're really Genki is like fine, healthy, great spirited. So when they see, they're like, yeah, like very excited, you know. So like, I'm really excited to see the future of Japan because when those kids, they're all Genki right now, take over, it's gonna be like Japan's gonna be 100 times greater. So, because right now, like people that are running Japan are still very conservative, which I believe that's super important. But at the same time, they have no room for new stuff. It's just kind of confining and troubling in some ways. But at the same time, safety is important, and keeping I don't know keeping the status quo is important. But it seems like it is here, anyways. In this monotone culture. I actually had a question for you guys. My questions are always like about Japan, like, but Japan is a monoculture, right? Yeah, population dropping. Oh my God, easy fix. Everyone start dating. That's all. But Japan's a monoculture. America is a multiculture, right? So would you prefer to be like in a just like a one culture type of country where everything's just the same, or in a country where it has multiple cultures, which can be relatively confusing? I mean, like in on a monoculture, like you can kind of be in one high school in one side of Japan, and then at the same time, if you just transfer to Tokyo, never mind like say language deviations, but overall culture should be relatively close. So you should have to be able. You should I can't talk, but like the feeling of familiarness to someone in Tokyo and Okinawa might be pretty decently close because everything's close enough. Whereas America, I'm from Washington, but I might not get along too well with the person over in Florida because we're not close at all. They're down south. They're on the east side. I love that shock. That my friends talk to me about that all the time. They're like, I speak fairly decent Japanese, and when I order, I'm sitting there with my husband. The waiter just turns to my husband and ignores me like I'm speaking a foreign language. Seattle, Washington. So I think that's an interesting problem. So if that like remained a problem, like My Japanese is impeccable, but since my face doesn't match, I don't look Japanese. No one talks back to me. San Antonio. So your Japanese is pretty Jozu. Norman, Oklahoma. Yeah, so like in America, like you could easily be close to a whole other city and still not share the same cultural values at all. Like where I'm from, yeah, from Seattle. I grew up mostly in Seattle, but I was born in a small countryside town and on the border of Idaho, right? So 15 miles away is another town, and these towns are not so. One has 35,000 people, the other one has like 25,000 people. They're not that different, but the culture and ideas is completely different. Like in Pullman, the town I'm from, they're all pro union. They're mostly Democrats, and they're for a bunch of, they're anti-smoking, blah blah blah. Whereas Idaho, they're anti-union. They're all pro-gun, and their ideas are so extremely different. It's amazing, and they're only 15 miles apart from each other. It's like a whole other country. Like I was talking to one lady at Safeway. I was like, "Can I get a job at Safeway?" And she's just like, "That's cool. You don't have to pay any stupid union fees." I'm sitting there thinking like, okay, I understand some unions could be bad, but overall, like, unions were meant to protect people a long time ago. So, but she's like, "Fuck them unions." Excuse my language. I do cuss, guys. I just don't cuss when the kids here. But she was like, "F them unions." So I was like, "All right, F them unions. I just want a job, but okay." Then after that, my friends are like, "Let's go to a club," and in the club, everyone's smoking. Whereas I go to a club in Seattle, no one smokes because we all want to live. But in Idaho, everyone has guns, so you ain't gonna live very long anyway. So you might as well smoke, I guess. So it took me 15 years to realize I was the only person in that area without a gun. That's what made me create my friend. Okay, let me stop for a minute. Can I tell you guys a story? Okay, I think this is a few years back, 3 years back, when they did that. Some grad student, he was a top grad student with honors. He got a stipend scholarship, and he was doing some research for some school. He went crazy. He decided to dress like the Joker during like the Dark Knight Rises, or I don't know. I think it was the second movie or third movie that came out, and he went and shot a lot of people up. Okay, so I was gonna go see another Batman movie. I think it was the third one. So this came out in the second one. So I was gonna go see the third one with my friend James, and I've known James for many years. Went to college together, all that stuff. He's just like meet me at the movie theater. I was like, all right, cool. He's like, I'm bringing my guns. I was like, what? What are you talking about? He's like, I'm bringing my guns. And James actually looks just like the Joker. That's what's really creepy about it. So, but I was like, all right. I just thought he was full of it. Anyways, met him at the movie, and he like steps out of the car, smoking a cigarette. He opens his like trench coat, and he has two fucking guns. Like I can't remember what they were, like 35 strapped to each side of him. And he's like, "You want to go see the movie?" I was like, "I'm not sure. What are you scared of? Like, Are you the shooter? Are you the guy that's gonna save the day? Like, you look like the fucking Joker. You have a trench coat. You have two guns strapped to you." But yeah, that was a really really interesting day. Oh, then his girlfriend popped out of the car. She's like, "I got a gun in my purse." She reminded me of Harley Quinn too. I was like, "Oh my god." She had blonde hair and all that. And after that, I realized that everyone has guns besides me. I should probably get one. Never did though. Jim Carrey the Mask. That movie was awesome. Even now, I still watch that the dance scene. You know what I'm talking about? No in Japan. Okay, no in Japan. Sorry. When you guys actually talk, it shows your stuff for like 2 seconds. So if I take my eyes off the phone for even a second, it might fade right before I get to read everything. Yeah, there's no guns. So I was wondering about that. I was just like, okay, there's no guns. So if there was a zombie apocalypse, we'd have to use swords or something, right? Or house knives or just whatever we have. More than likely baseball bats because they love baseball here. And that's how we would survive the Japanese apocalypse with knives. Okay, military, please. I got to make friends with them. BB guns. We can do that too, I guess. Oh, size, yes. I have nunchucks. I'm not sure if nunchucks are effective against zombies, but you know. But yeah, so most countries that don't have guns, that'd be like Japan doesn't have guns. What else? Australia has no guns. I'd have to really do the research, but a lot of countries don't like guns. The weather, it's getting sunny and warm, right? But it just snowed, which is really, really odd. So, if I had to say an all conclusive opinion about the weather in Japan, the weather in Japan is kind of effed. But it's getting better. It's getting sunny, which it makes me kind of happy because they're gonna open the beach up, and I live like literally two train stations down from the beach. Sorry, it seemed like I changed the subject, but I'm trying to talk to all three of you guys at the same time. It was weird. At least I was told it was weird because the temperature dropped so low last week, and it hasn't been this low for 33 years. So of course, me being here, like, okay, I wasn't there back then, but okay. I was like, okay, it's weird. It's really cold. Yeah, it makes sense. But at the same time, I don't know. What can you do about this global stuff? Naha, Naha. Okay, what prefecture do you guys live in or state? Where you got? Where is everyone at? Daily music. Um, I am kind of like the daily DJ typically, but recently not so much music. But usually when I do put music, Yukiko and Emily, they like more girly stuff or a lot of Japanese songs, especially like they're like American songs that have been converted into Japanese. So they sound incredibly patriotic and it drives me crazy. But it makes Emily very very happy to see me squirm. So if I'm tortured at all, it makes her happy. It's been like that since she was a baby. So if I was on the floor like and I chop my arm off, funniest thing in the world. Look, Dad's dying. So K-pop. Do you really think K-pop's taking over? Like I thought K-pop kind of swept through about 7 years ago, and this kind of fluctuates back and forth. Because K-pop's clearly here. Like when you go to karaoke's here, they have K-pop, they have I think they have Chinese music, English music, and they have Japanese music. And that's about it. It took a while to get Despacio. Like that hit here probably a few months ago. Japan's always kind of behind. They're never behind in their own culture, but they're behind in everyone else's culture. But it's the same with like that everywhere. So I don't have a radio, so for me, I listen to whatever I want. I control my environment, I guess. So like the most music I hear is when I do karaoke, which I've been kind of bored with because the songs haven't changed yet. So my other channel, I get to see every single new song coming out, like with Twice or whatever. Or I saw Bruno Mars's last song. I just listened to Pharrell's last song from yesterday called Freedom. So like if you look on not MTV, but YouTube, you can find all the music very quickly. So recently I just haven't been listening to much because I've been half dead. So do you guys listen to J-pop, K-pop, hip hop, country? Like, Do you guys have any kind of music you guys like? My daughter loves the piano. She plays piano and she plays flute. So she said she wanted to be, at first, she said she wanted to be a candy shop owner. I tried to explain to her very clearly because she loves candy. I was like, look, you can own a candy shop, but you just can't eat all the candy. And then she's just kind of like, I don't want to do that then. So she's like, I want to be a music teacher. I was like, okay, you can be a music teacher. But yeah, I used to play the piano too, so and Yukiko too. I always wondered about guitar though, because like guitar is like the symbol of cool, but like it's hard to learn. I kind of wonder is what going on with music nowadays. I feel like Japan is still kind of going, but like I don't know if y'all remember Eminem and all that stuff, and back in the day, and 50 Cent and all that. Like all those people are kind of fading away very quickly. Like we got a lot of new people coming in. Like, but even the newer people, they don't last. They're like literally one hit wonders. So I feel like like it'd just be nice if some American culture would stick. So 30 years from now, you'd be like, oh, I remember them, and even your kids remember them. But nothing sticks, so it's hard to have culture that's the same. I guess this is kind of like why I like Japan to some degree. Their culture does change, but at least the kids and the grandkids still played piano, together. 80s and 90s. I used to give my mom so much crap for 80s. I was like, what is the 80s? She's like, 80s were my jam. I was just like, all right, don't know what that means, but my mom was funny. She loved Boy George. I was just like, okay. Anyways, my favorite is actually Michael Jackson from the 80s. If I had to pick someone as my number one favorite from the 80s. From the 90s, I don't know. 90s was a weird ass time, man. I feel like the 90s were broken into two times. I feel like the start and the end. If I had to say the very start, can't touch this. MC Hammer. At the end of the 90s, holy crap, can't even think of the end of the 90s. I want to say Puff Daddy. I know that sounds ridiculous, but I'm going to have to go with that. I actually completely agree with you. Back then, people were still being more creative. And nowadays, I don't know. The industry is just always constantly changing. And the way YouTube uses music now, it's just like it's disposable. Everything's disposable. It's like Drama Fest. You got like these people that are not musicians or rappers at all making these high end music videos that are pretty much cringeworthy and garbage, but they're getting millions of views off it, and like people are not watching real artists because they're watching that. Yeah, industry's always into making that quick buck. So, what's up, James? So, okay, 2 days ago I was watching Back to the Future 2. Okay, you guys know what I'm talking about. True. So I don't know. I got a little nostalgic because I was super bored because I never have time, and I finally did have time. So I watched Back to the Future 2, and I did a little research on how much it actually cost to make that movie, and it was like around $40 million, right? Think about that. $40 million to make Back to the Future. And Back to the Future, like when it came out, it was like a big deal, and everyone was like, "Oh my God, do you see that technology they used in that movie?" Right? So nowadays, an average movie will easily cost over 100 something million to make, right? And some of these movie industry people, they're not even breaking even. Back to the Future made $320 million. So like, what is that like? They increased their profit by 500%. Yes. Hello. knocking? No? I feel sad now. Well, at least I'm not being rude, I guess. But yeah, 500,000% money wise, right? Very true, very true. Well, the remake thing, I feel like the remake thing stopped for a moment. Then also the comic book thing stopped because they were picking up every comic book they could for a while there and just like, let's make into a movie. Scott Pilgrim, Hellboy, and they're just pulling out every comic book on Earth. And now they realize that you can't make money off all of it. Then good luck with the dentist appointment later. So, anyways, yeah. So movies have changed quite a bit. I was just thinking though, like $40 million for that Back to the Future 2, for all the movies or the money they spend for these Disney movies they're making that cost like I don't know between 100 million and maybe 400 million to produce. You can produce three or four Back to the Futures, So, so it seems like people are not really concerned about like creativity anymore. They're more concerned about just more and more graphics, like Transformers, graphics, graphics, graphics. Even though we're like on Transformer 37 or something, I don't even know, and I stopped watching after like three or I don't even know, probably after three, after Dark Side of the Moon. Still though, creativity. I don't know. Do you guys think creativity will create more money, or you think just shoving more money in with more fancy technology and graphics they make more money? I mean, you look at Back to the Future, you look at all these movies, Indiana Jones, Star Wars. They all have the same idea to it: adventure, fun, and creativity. Those were the key factors, and their budgets were not huge, but they managed to conquer like everything. Oh yeah, RoboCop. Yeah, RoboCop was pretty hardcore. If you watch it now, it's really kind of gory. Fast and the Furious when that first came out, that was great. It came out around Gone in 60 Seconds. That was a good one too. So yeah, it's about the cars. Then part two came out. It was more about the cars, tricks. Then part three came out, and it just went off from there. They just figured if they just stamped Fast and the Furious on it, then it'll just sell, which it actually did for a while. I must admit, I did like Tokyo Drift, considering it was just drifting, but it brought something new. Then after that, I stopped watching. So, and it's not like I stopped watching all like that particular series. I feel like I stopped watching all Hollywood's or American movies for a moment because all their structures were kind of the same. I know, right? Like it's like okay, we're gonna shove The Rock in this movie and we're gonna make a million. You know what I mean? That's all they did back in the day. They're like, we're gonna take Tom Cruise and we're gonna shove him in this movie right here. We're gonna make a million. We're gonna take Arnold Schwarzenegger. I can't say his name. Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone, every single big star, and we're gonna make a million, millions, millions, or whatever. So, yeah, that was probably a really good formula back in the day. Nowadays, like, I don't know. Do you really think Megan Fox made that channel? Do you think? I don't know. Ninja Turtles, like with Megan Fox, like it really was kind of like I don't know. I watched it 5 different times and I felt very comfortable with it. But like, did you watch it just for? Did you watch it for Megan Fox? I mean, that's this is my question for anyone who watched Ninja Turtles. Were they just like, oh my god, Ninja Turtles, and it has Megan Fox? Like I was really not gonna watch it, but now you said Megan Fox, now I'm gonna watch it. So I understand that for Transformers. That was back when she's fresh, new, hot, just new talent. I get that. Now it's just like, but yeah. Like I guess it comes down to what director you like then, huh? Because the director was the same director of Transformers. That's why the Ninja Turtles were like 30 feet tall. They looked kind of weird, and they ended on the same way every other movie ends. So like, who is all actually YouTubers on here? I know you, Justin. You're a YouTuber. I know that. Anyone else? The old in the '90s were funny. I feel like that's the difference between Turtles in '90s and now, because like they were like funny, and then they went really dark, and then they were like somewhere in between, and they're just kind of just bad. And then they brought these newest ones. I don't know if you've seen the newest ones. They're 3D, but they're funny again, so they're actually pretty good. My daughter watches them. My daughter loves them. So, anyways, guys, I think I've talked long enough. I can see why live streams kind of like kind of long or popular. I talked for 53 minutes. I was only planning to talk for about until I passed out because I had kind of I have a serious headache. So I was like, I think I have about 2 minutes before I die. So I'll talk, then die, and that's all. But but it's like 40 something minutes later. So, but anyways, if you guys like this, I can like do it again, of course, but try to do a better schedule with this. Thanks. So James, is that you, James? I just had to ask real quick, James. Love talking with you guys. I'll try to get better, and I'll try to help everyone else get better. See you guys later.